simultaneous World Cups, but the financial burden on the host country should also be considered. All right, I think these are good ideas. Keep sending those ideas. Let's find out exactly what you think about all of these and more going forward. We'll go on a quick break now. Guys, I must thank you for your time on the show. We'll go on a quick break. Onye Buchimachuku Tunde Koike will be with me on Sports Tonight for the rest of the show. Join us again. All right, some highlights from the Asian Cup currently going on, but we're not talking Asian Cup now. We want to spend the rest of the time to look at the Africa Cup of Nations currently going on in Equatorial Guinea and Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea and Equatorial Guinea. I was almost saying Equatorial Guinea and Gabon. But Tunde Koike has joined me now, and Onye Buchimachuku has also joined. Guys, Tunde, let me start with you because I've sampled Onye's opinion on this. This Nations Cup is becoming one of the most unpredictable Nations Cup tournaments we've had in recent times.
That is putting it lightly. I'm putting it very mildly, actually. It's been an absolutely... it's been a tournament to watch. You never know what is going to happen next. You never know who is going to fall. You never know who is going to rise. You never predict someone, like people like Gevion would do something stupid, like he did.
And put his club in trouble.
Put his country in trouble as well. So it's been, the football on the pitch has been particularly exciting. Mali, who is a lot of people thought were lightweight in their group, stifled the indomitable Lions of Cameroon almost to the point of winning. So it's been an interesting competition so far. Equatorial Guinea, who are minnows on this level, who, if not for a technicality, would never even have qualified, now have two draws and remain unbeaten in the tournament. It's been really, really interesting so far. Anything and everything is still possible. And I'm just holding my breath and waiting for the next installment of what's about to take place.
All right, let's allow you to have an idea in case you are not following, because a lot of Nigerians have decided not to follow proceedings at the Africa Cup of Nations. But we have to follow it, and we can also advise you that will do you a lot of good to follow it and have an idea of how these teams play going into the future. We were discussing about this earlier on. It is important for us to follow what's going on here because the quality of the tournament is commendable.
Yeah, so
the quality of the teams.
Yeah, but I think, like Tunde said on Monday, I think the technical department of the Nigerian Football Federation should not be avail themselves of the opportunity of going to Bata, Malabo, the rest, host Mungomo, to gather, facts and figures about some of these African countries, because whether you like it or not, we will play the qualifiers, and some of these countries here
will be in our group.
So we don't need to start groping in the dark as to how they play. Because in my own opinion, I think what cost us the game in Calabar was the fact that Keshi did not have information about Congo DR.
About Congo.
We didn't know anything about anybody. We didn't know anything about Sudan. We didn't know anything about South Africa, despite the fact that the South African League is on TV week in, week out in Nigeria. The fact that the vast majority of their team are drawn from the PSL, we knew nothing about them.
Because if we had known, if we had had any information, a player like Bifoma shouldn't have been
given that kind of freedom.
It
was just running havoc. Anyway, let's take a look at today's games at the Africa Cup of Nations. A game already has been concluded. Today, action returned to Group A, which is playing, of course, in Bata. That they're playing in Bata. And already the first game was between Equatorial Guinea and Burkina Faso, ended goalless. Another drawn game. We've had a lot of drawn games in this
by the skin of their teeth.
In this competition.
Yeah,
a lot of
Burkina Faso hit the bar twice.
They hit the bar. I mean, and they dominated.
Of Lorient hit the bar twice. They dominated proceedings. They should have, in other circumstances, they should have murdered the host.
But guess what the surprise is for me? Gabon are trailing. 87 minutes already played. We're now in the dying minutes of that game. Gabon are trailing 1-0 to Congo.
Well,
Congo, that trailed for most of the game against Equatorial Guinea, is an amazing tournament.
Yeah, you have said it all. The tournament is unpredictable. Every team fancies their chances against their opponent. So it's a tournament that is very open. Indomitable Lions of Cameroon saw what happened to them yesterday. Even the Ivorians. I read Osazo Denwege saying that the problem he has with Yature is that he can't cope under the heat. And we saw how he had to be changed in that game yesterday. So I think for those big players, it's a very big challenge for them. Playing top-flight football in Europe and coping with the weather, and there's so much pressure on them to perform. So it is anybody's game at this moment. Some of these countries, Mali, Guinea, you saw how Guinea played with youthful players. And I think the future belongs to Mali. So one or two things we need to pick from here is that we need to begin to give opportunities to young players.
A lot of young players. Our team is not particularly old. I think what our problem is with our team is complacency. Some players are just guaranteed their places in the squad. They know they will play no matter what.
And the fact that maybe the FA also took their eye off the ball. They didn't help matters.
Crisis.
They didn't make enough firm decisions as when they should have done so. And going back to the Nations Cup, I think from what Onye said, a lot of players, European-based players, are struggling. It's winter in Europe. And you know what the conditions in Africa, oscillating between high humidity and harmattan. So a lot of the players are struggling. So we might just see a Nations Cup that is won by either a team that has predominantly home-based players or a team that is best adapted to the conditions at hand.
All right, tomorrow there will be games from Group B. Zambia will be taking on Tunisia, and then Cape Verde will be taking on DR Congo. Remember this group, all the games here have ended in draws. It's a group of draws. But let's see what happens tomorrow when Zambia takes on Tunisia and Cape Verde will be taking on DR Congo. And then for European football, later tonight, it will be Barcelona against Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey, first leg of the quarterfinals. There will be a lot to look forward to. But guys, I must thank you so much for your time on the show tonight.
Always a pleasure.
What are you guys looking forward to tomorrow? Quickly as we wrap it up.
Oh, well, I'm hoping that we'll see more good games at the
no draws, victories, plenty of goals.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we want to see more games. We want to see more goals.
More goals.
Goals and goals. And we are tired of these boring draws.
All right, that's the show tonight. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye now.
Life has just got easier. You stay connected to Channels TV, where news and innovations are shaping our world. Simply log on to channelstv.com to get the breaking news. Browse the homepage according to what matters to you. Tap on the extended coverage of business, sports, politics, lifestyle, infotech, entertainment, health, world news.